What's up, guys, and welcome to With All Due Respect, your weekly podcast show for the GFW. Thank you for tuning in today. We're going to catch you up with what's been going on here in the GFW, man. There's lots and lots of cool stuff that's been going on. It's time that we talk about it. We had our latest chaos show, and here's my disclaimer right up front, all right? My disclaimer right up front to all of you. So this show's called With All Due Respect, right? The reason we call it With All Due Respect is because this is no holds barred, right? We just take a look at the raw reactions of what's going on in our E-Fed. And I've been handling things with some kitty gloves. We're a new E-Fed. We've got some guys who've never been in an E-Fed before. They're learning how to do videos and how to create wrestlers, and they're learning how to do all this. And so we've had to make sure that we're nice to people, but not today. No, I'm probably still going to be nice because I don't want to chase anybody away. But today it is time that we talk about the show. And I'm going to tell you what I really think. But then we're going to take a look at the next show that's coming out because we are coming close to our very first pay-per-view. So the show opens up with Jack Thunder getting into it with Mr. Satan himself. Just a neat little segment as we start to learn more about who Jack is, right? Who is Jack? What is he all about? And it seems like Jack may have a little bit of a drinking problem, though. He's drinking Seagram, so I got to kind of question that a little bit. But we got to get right into the show. This was a pretty decent card. It's being carried pretty heavily by myself, right? I am the handler of a couple of different characters here, and I'm okay with it, right? We're building a show, and I'm okay with the fact that I have to carry a lot of this, but I'm looking at you fellas, all right? I'm calling you out right now. Here's a couple of things. Some of you are starting to get really good at playing this game. You're getting better. You're learning how to control your guys. You're learning how to manage those reversals. You're learning how to move around the ring. I think actually our matches are not that bad. They're pretty good, and I can tell that you guys are putting in the work to get better. I'd love to see some more DMs. I'd love to hear some more chatter, some more talk. Momentum is everything. Having creative content is everything. And that's what I'm looking at you guys. I keep begging you to create content. I'm making this so super easy. I'm holding your hand through this whole process. It's time that I stop holding your hand. Start being creative. Spend 5 minutes and write a stupid role play to start telling the story about your guys. I can't continue to hold your hand and write every single content and create every single video. You guys got to start doing this on your own. So I'm looking at you guys to step up to the plate. Start telling the story of our E-Fed. So I don't have to sit here and spend hours and hours. This show is actually 2 days late because guess who had to create most of the videos? Guess who had to write most of the content and put the show together? Well, that was me. I'm doing it again this week, and I don't mind again because I'm carrying the show until you guys catch on. And I know everybody's super busy, but it doesn't take a whole lot of effort. Just learn how to do it. You'll get quicker at it. You'll get better at it. Writing role plays takes almost no effort. You sit down for 5 or 10 minutes, you can bang out a nice role play, tell stories, create feuds. I mean, I'm sitting here having to create all of this. Go start a feud on your own. Start investing into this E-Fed. People will start watching. They'll get into it. We'll start growing. We'll get more CAWs to come join us, and then we'll really start to bang out some more shows. But this was a good show overall. I'm just going to hit up some kind of highlights. Shout out to Mr. Freeze, right? Mr. Freeze, he knows he doesn't have a ton of time. He knows he doesn't really understand how to play the game just yet. But, man, he's putting in the work. He's putting out a character. He's getting it done. He had a good match with Steel here. Of course, Steel is a past champion. He's really, really good at this game. So the competition may have not have been there, but you got to give it to Mr. Freeze for stepping up to the plate, creating a match, getting us some content. Shout out to you. And I want to go ahead and go back to Jack real quick, or Jake. Jack. I had it right the first time. Jake Thunder. Man, Dawson is creating content every single week. This dude's in school. He's working a job. He plays in several Madden leagues. He does a whole lot of other stuff, but yet he's learned how to do videos. He's getting better at it every single time, and he's ripping out 2 or 3 role plays every single show. Shout out to him. Another shout out to Aiden. I'm going to give some shout outs here. Aiden still is learning how to create videos. He's doing his own entrances. I won't have to keep doing it for him. Shout out to you, man, for putting in the work and learning how to do this. Again, I've made videos to show you how to do all of this. You get to start to be introduced to a new Gentlemen's Club member. I hope that the Gentlemen's Club continues to grow, but it looks like Captain Alex is going to grow, and he comes out later on in the show as a surprise member. He has a little something to say to Luna, and that's going to play out in this next show. But the newest member to the Gentlemen's Club, Mr. Cactus Gage, has the captain with him, and these two are looking to stand up for all that is right. They're going to have each other's back and really cause some havoc here in the GFW. Nice little Aiden and Nikki. There's some sexual tension, some weird stuff going on. I want to kind of see how that plays out here, but Aiden is definitely carrying himself large and in charge. He thinks that he is the man here, and it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out with Luna, how that plays out with the other characters. Who's going to feud with him? I think the obvious feud would be either Cactus Gage or Dustin White, but Dustin White's missing on this next show. I think he'll be back at the pay-per-view, so it'll be interesting to see. Both of those guys have some history with Aiden. What's going to kind of come of that? All right, and that's why we got to look at the Blood Brothers. We got to look at Jack. We got to look at these two new characters that are going to introduce on this next show. Are you guys going to step your game up? Are you going to compete with the Aiden Steels of the world? Or is he going to walk around boasting that he's the best thing that this company has to offer? We get into a watering hole where we get to meet the Blood Brothers. This was a really fun thing to write with Maniac. I think that the Blood Brothers are a very interesting group. But I'm looking at you to give me some more role plays. All right, I made it easy for you for the watering hole. Give me some more role plays. Tell me more about them. Why should we care about their nationality? Why should we care about the Navajo Nation? Why should we care about these two guys? Are they faces? Are they heels? Are they a tweener? Like, who are they? What are they? What are they going to be about? There's no true tag team. I mean, we can have some tag matches, but there's no true tag team division here. So what's going to become of that, right? Who's going to be what? With all due respect, tell me more about your guys, all right? Tell me why I should care about them. Tell me why I should buy into them. They have a good watering hole segment. You should go back and watch that. Jack Thunder, again, with another Credence Clearwater. He loves to do these segments. Jack, I want to see some segments with no interviews, right? I want to see some segments with you backstage. Get you some own role plays going with other characters, right? Write with somebody else. I'm kind of challenging you to start to tell us a story. We're starting to get a little peek of who he is. We understand how he writes and how he responds to people. Go start a feud, right? Go start something. Get something going there. It doesn't mean that you have to just win matches. That is not the only way to get championship opportunities here. Go start a feud. Write some role plays with somebody else. Tell me some stories. Give me a reason to care. I want to care, right? I want to care about Jack Thunder. Give me a reason to care. Nikki and Cactus get into it a little bit with a little interview there. Goes into our very first match of Jack Thunder and Jay Youngblood. I need to go back and watch this. I haven't had time to watch the entirety. I skipped it and skimmed it, but I'm going to go back this week and watch this. And it ended in a weird way. You kind of hope that hardcore matches don't end in a submission. To be honest, that according to our rules, you can only end it in a submission if you try a finisher first and the guy kicks out. Then you can go to trying to end in a submission. But I really would like to see these end in a finisher. Give me a classic 1, 2, 3, especially if it's a hardcore match or you already have weapons introduced into it. Don't end it on a tap out. If you've got weapons, give me a finisher. End it in a 1, 2, 3. That's what I want from this match. That's what I kind of expect. If a guy is a submission guy, which I don't like submissions in this game. I think that they're too easy. They're too gimmicky. I want a 1, 2, 3. But if your guy's a submission guy, give me an attempt at a finisher and then give me a signature that goes into a submission. Don't just give me a random submission as a winner of a match. That kind of let me down on a disappointment. But I'm going to go back and watch it. I think we can do better. Luna comes out. She talks about the belt. She talks about what's going to happen and who is going to get opportunities. Now, we know that Youngblood's already in the pay-per-view for the hardcore match. We don't know who's going to be in it for the main belt. I think that's going to come to play in this next card that we'll talk about in a second. But definitely Captain's looking for his opportunity. And there's something about Jack, right? He's been in all these hardcore matches. I think guys really enjoy him. Cactus and Dustin have a great match here. You should go back and watch this. This is a classic how to kick out of a finisher and do it the right way. If any one of us hit that second finisher, which we both did, you don't kick out of those. And that's how this match ends. It was a good match. Dustin's got some rust to knock off, but that dude's a competitor. He'll hold some kind of championship here. I think it'll be fun to watch him, Cactus, and Aiden kind of carry this company until others step up. I don't know who's going to watch this, but I got my eye on a guy who I've just recently added to the chat. He doesn't have the game anymore, but he is the guy that has showed me the ropes. He's taught me everything that I know. Love for him to come and join us. Now, he's used to the big wigs of the OCW. We are not the OCW. We run things completely different. We are small fish in a big, big pond when it compares to them. But you know what? He would add up some great competition. There's another guy that has shown interest that I think would add great competition and role-playing. But these guys just set the bar, and everybody else has to now step up to that bar and show us a little something. Genesis is the next pay-per-view that we're pulling up to. That's going to be in 20 days. We're in the middle of our last card right now. So let's talk about that last card. An intern walks in, throws a contract for two new unnamed wrestlers who actually get put on the card as surprise contenders. We don't know anything about these guys. Matter of fact, one has been introduced to come be on the watering hole. He hasn't taken me up on that yet. So look, the door's open. If either one of you listen to this, watch this, which you should plug into what we're doing here. I'm challenging one of you to take me up on it. The watering hole is an easy way for you to get your guy over. I do all the heavy lifting. I do all the carrying. It's an easy way for you to get your guy over and start telling us some stories. Aiden Still against one of the Youngblood brothers. There's an interaction between he and Luna, and the Youngblood brothers get to pick who is in that match. One of them's already going to be at the pay-per-view for the hardcore contender, but can the other one make a name for himself? And then Jack Thunder against Captain Alexander. But I'm being told there might be a twist to that. So that's going to be your main event. The winner of that gets to move on and face Jay Youngblood for the hardcore championship at Genesis. I'm excited about this. If you want to submit something, give me role plays. Give me stuff. Give me content. Ask somebody, hey, do you want to start a feud? Tell me who's faces. Tell me who's heels. The only thing that we know right now is that Aiden's a little bit of a tweener, but more of a heel than a face. I don't know. Maybe I take it back. With all due respect, hell, I don't know what you are, Aiden. You're a tweener. You're right in between. The Youngblood brothers, I think that they are going to be heels. I think that we haven't seen him in a couple of weeks, but the other character of Aiden Still, of Ebarb, Azrael, I couldn't even think of his name for a second there. That's how long he's been off the card. I think he's definitely a heel, but he's missing here. Dustin White, don't know what the hell you are. You haven't even submitted a role play. Calling you out for that. Tell us who you are. Tell us what you're all about. Captain's definitely a face. Gage, I can't even think my own character's name there. Cactus is definitely a face. Jack, what are you? I think you're definitely a face, but a little bit of a tweener role there. We need some of you guys to begin to tell us who you are. What are you, a heel or a face? Act that way. Create some feuds. Give us some storylines. Give guys a reason to watch this show, because I can tell you now I can't continue to carry things the way they are. And I sure the hell don't want to wait until October before we finally start to worry about telling some stories. So that catches us up right here to where we are with our latest card, building up to that first pay-per-view. It should be good. I can't wait till we get there, but it's up to you. With all due respect, that's the end of our show. Thank you for catching up with us today. We'll get this out to everybody and update it in the Discord chat. It's been a great show, but I'm looking for more. I need more. It's been we've been going at it for a little over a month. We need more content. We need you guys to buy into it. It's up to you to do it. All right, until next time, guys. We'll see you at the next card. Deuces.
Sagan.